Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And I love to come on live and show you what I've been working on in my craft room. And it is July 2nd of 2024. So it is the opportune time to start some Christmas in July celebrations. Just that time for us to maybe start thinking about getting some cards done, because generally we're way at the last minute, but this in July you could get started. If it's hot where you are, because it's hot where I am, it's a good reason to stay inside and craft. Hey, Don, thanks so much for joining. We're going to do Christmas in July, and I'm combining it with an exciting thing that happens tomorrow with Stampin' Up, and that there's a brand new release of online exclusives, and there are a lot of holiday offerings. And as a demonstrator, I was able to purchase a suite of these products beforehand, and I've been playing with them for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to share a card, share the suite, and then make a card, and also give you a handful of samples that I have been working on. So those go live on July 3rd. Take a peek at those. If you don't know how to get to them, please give me a shout and I will give you a link to those, because there's some really fun things that for fall, winter, all occasion that you'll want to get your hands on. So, all right, let's pop down to the workspace and we will get started this morning. I'm going to show you some of the products in the suite. It's a huge suite. What's on the table first is the Graceful Greenery Vellum. So there's some gorgeous vellum, just some white. The white shine that can be used for almost anything. We have some greenery. These also, when I get to show you the stamp sets and the dies, those images can be cut with the dies. And then there is this sheet as well, and those can also be cut with the dies. So very useful, and they can be used as backgrounds. Then we have the Season of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. Oh my gosh, look at the, I've got a little bit of a glare, but the gold in this is just absolutely gorgeous. Again, they're double-sided, 12 by 12, so you can choose which side you're going to use. More gold. This is gorgeous. Some green there, 3 greens. This is another side. These images, you can tell I've been die cutting. They can be cut with the dies that come with. So that's an added bonus. This is absolutely gorgeous with some more gold. These bells can also be die cut. Hello, Corey. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks everyone who was able to pop in or watch the replay. Let me know if you have any questions at all, especially with the online exclusive releasing tomorrow. Another piece with just some gold, shimmer, and green. So gold and green. So there's the Designer Series paper that's available. Then there are 2 stamp sets in the suite. There's a whole sweet collection. And Greetings of the Season is one of the stamp sets. This is like a builder, so there are some standalone, like May Your Holiday Be Filled with Warmth and Cheerful Celebration, or It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Season's Greetings. But you can build with those. And to go along with that are the tags or dies. So just a bunch of different, these can be used on cards or to create tags for your gift giving. Hey, Kathy, how are things in Colorado? All right, so that's the Greetings of the Season together. Then there's even one more. This is the Golden Greenery stamp set, and it too has coordinating dies and some standalone. These These are standalone. And hey, Kay, thanks for joining. Rainy in Colorado. Send it our way in here in Arizona. Standalone dies. You'll see how I use those on some of my work. And then we have some dies that also cut out the images. This is a 2-step stamp, so you'll sometimes need 2 stamps to, and the images on this stamp set are reduced, but they do cut out those. So that is the golden greenery. There's berries. There's just, I mean, it's just a marvelous suite. I've also been using, they're little cherry cobbler berries, and then some pearl berries. So these, I've maxed out on what I could pre-order, so I'm definitely have some more for my order tomorrow. So I'll show you the card that we're going to create today, and then we'll go through some of the other samples. So this is the card that I created for today's live. So it uses the Seasons Greeting. I've done that heat embossed. That's the stamp set and a die cut. I've die cut some pieces from the Designer Series paper. I've used the Distress Tile 3D paper, 3D embossing folder, and some gold foil. This is a technique that I haven't done in ages. I looked back in my blog and it's been like 3 or 4 years, but it's called the inlaid embossing technique. So I will show you that today. And if you hang tight, I will show you some of the other samples that I put together. One day I sat down and tried to come up with all kinds of different ways to use all the items in the suite. All righty. So let's just show you. And if you have any questions, you can go to my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com, and that will update tomorrow with all the links to the brand new products. So again, I generally start with an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. This is thick, basic white, because I really like to have a nice solid base, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I'll just burnish it with the bone folder. Helps it lay flat a little bit. And then I have my cardstock 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have this gold foil piece, and that measures 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. We'll get to that shortly. And just to save time today, I have already heat embossed the Seasons Greetings on that tag and die cut it on basic white. And here are the images that I've die cut. I die cut those directly from the DSP. So it makes things just a little bit easier when you want to, you could just die cut all of those and then sit down and put your cards together. And as I go through and show the other samples, I'll show you some of the other techniques that I did with that. So the first thing to start with that inlaid embossing technique, when I'm trying to put a layer like this on, I like to line it up on my grid paper and maybe go two squares over. So if I line it up the square here to the square here, then I have a line and I know that I'm getting it on as straight as I can. Hey, Lisa, thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to use some glue to adhere that. It helps when you're using this inlaid embossing technique. It's a super fun technique. It's just a little bit different. I love the gold, and I love how that Distress Tile 3D embossing folder just makes it, makes the card so elegant. So I'm going to line that up. All right. Let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. And I've got my base plate 1. And the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. You will find that in Stampin' Up's annual catalog. I'll just slip that in the embossing folder. So, it took me a long time to figure out what that line was for on the embossing folder, but then I can line that up and know that that's straight. So I'm going to put it in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the fold side going forward, and then using the specialty plate 4 because it is a 3D embossing folder. And then we'll just roll that on through. Move it out of the way because I have the incredible shrinking craft space here. No matter how many times you clean it off, it just seems to collect. So there we have that gorgeous, it just embosses that whole piece. I was thinking about cutting some of the leaves, like this one here in gold, and then doing that same technique just to see what happens. That's kind of something I like to do. Like, all right, let's just see what happens if we do that. So I'm going to, while I have my glue out, I can use my glue. A lot of people like to use glue with embossing folders because it seeps down into some of those little indentations. I'm getting better with glue. I know we've talked about this before, is that I have a love-hate relationship with it. Usually I have way too much glue. I don't know if I've ever had an instance where I didn't have enough. How about you guys? All right. So there is our card base. Just gorgeous. So how I'm going to work with this is, like I've shown you before, I've got that all heat embossed with my gold. Stampin' Up! Does have some new embossing powder out. It's called Wow. So you'll want to try that. It's on all the same colors we offered previously. So just kind of give you that card for a reference. I'm just going to stick some glue dots on the greenery images and apply them to the back of this greeting. And then we'll pop it up with dimensionals. That just seems to work better for me, or you could tuck them in, but you can kind of arrange them however, with as much peeking out as you want. Then, of course, I need to have some greenery at the bottom as well. So let's turn that around. And I am putting the glue dot on the front of the die cut. So super, super easy. And that Designer Series paper has those gold elements in it. So the heat embossing and the gold foil just really go well together. And I'm going to just get some dimensionals and pop that up. And then we'll have to, of course, we have to add ribbon and some gems. Lots of gem choices. There's quite a few gold that are available in the annual catalog. And of course, I showed you the cherry cobbler ones that I like. Hello, Kathy from Ohio. Hope all is well. Well, but you can never have too many dimensionals. So the way I have my greenery, I'm just going to put that down right here. And then I do have, this is the 1/8 inch. There's gold and silver trim. This comes as a combo pack with silver as well. So now I'm going to have to find some cards to make with silver. And I'm going to grab about 8 or 9 inches. I need a lot to tie in a bow. I'm going to end up trimming a lot of it off. But so, like I say, if you need some extra, if you missed some of the measurements, go to my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. That will be there. Tomorrow I'll update it with a shopping list so you can see all of the online exclusives. This is only one suite. This is only one collection of products. There are some really cool things. I got sidelined with this, so this is what I've been working on. There's also some really great fall things, all occasion, you name it. It's on there, but I figured time to get started with Christmas in July and see if I can't get some cards done. So I'm just going to put that on there with a glue dot. Like I said, too much ribbon, but... And then for my sparkle, I am choosing the Sparkle Gems. Have you seen, these were available last year, but they come in gold, silver, black. Just love these. End up using all of them. I've got several packages in here. So let's drag out and put a few on the front just to add some bling. So any questions on the distress tile? There's just so many ways you can do this. You could use it with like some of your scraps and just emboss those into your background. Okie doke. So that is my card that I was going to show you today. And as promised, I have quite a few different samples. So if you have any questions, hey, Colleen, good morning. So these are all using the suite. I have brought in some other products that are available. So this is a split triangle card. So there is a video on my YouTube channel, and this is the Merry Christmas from Greetings of the Season. Just use some of the plaid designer series paper with cherry cobbler. And that's Old Olive. All right, this next card. Hey, Joan, thanks for joining. Some heat embossing with the sentiment from Greetings of the Season. And ooh, I found some glimmer paper and die cut with one of those die cuts I was showing you earlier. It's this one. And I also die cut the tag with that Graceful Greenery vellum. So there's one. This background is the birchwood, and that will be coming out in the holiday catalog in September. A little bit of glimmer ribbon and some gold with that as well. All right, let's see. Merry Christmas. So this is, like I said, it was the builder. I did need to re-ink my Mossy Meadow, but I was able to create the Merry Christmas. I just used some panels of the designer series paper and added some white ribbon. This is that white vellum from the Graceful Greenery vellum that I die cut again with this die here from that. All right, more vellum. I used the vellum as a background and layered it on top of a piece of the designer series paper. And again, I must have been into the white heat embossing with it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And the white, there's some white glimmer paper that's available, so I die cut with that. So you can see I was just trying all kinds of different layouts and different papers that I had that I wanted to see what would happen. All right, one of my favorites is Night of Navy and Gold. So this is, I die cut with the gold foil sheets from the greenery dies. I used this, that die cut in the gold foil, 2 of those, some gold heat embossing, and that sentiment is from, it's the builder from the Greetings of the Season as well as the Greetings of the Season dies. And oh my gosh, that Night of Navy and Gold ribbon works perfectly with that. And there's my adhesive backed Sparkle Gems with the Fern 3D embossing folder with gasp, some gold foil underneath. But you are able to say die cut the flower, the image out, and then use the base for that. Kind of on a similar note, this one is a Night of Navy, but I used silver instead and die cut some of the little images from the Graceful Greenery vellum with the Fern 3D embossing folder. white heat embossing from Greetings of the Season. So you can see just trying some different things, some different techniques. This one uses Greetings of the Season again. This was the builder, so I was able to build my sentiment with that, one of the dies from the die set. Put some gold jewels on here with some white ribbon. Those are 2 different pieces from the designer series paper. I did try the same kind of thing with different designs from the designer series paper. I like this one a little bit more, just because there's more going on. But this is very vanilla, and there we have there's some very vanilla ribbon in that sweet collection. So you might want to check that out as well. All right, a couple more. And some more gold. I love gold. So I did a little bit of, I just took my trimmer and did some scoring here. The Merry Christmas, a gold foil, and the designer series paper. Really easy to put together with a Mossy Meadow card base. All right, and lastly, this uses a piece of the Graceful Greenery vellum behind, and then I stamped the greenery. It's a 2-step stamp, so I'll be doing a video showing how that works as well. The fun note about the ribbon is that it's iridescent striped ribbon, and I couldn't find any red that's current, so I took my Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends and colored the ribbon, and I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And so you can see I used some of those Cherry Cobbler gems as well. So those are my creations so far from this whole suite collection. And tomorrow that will be available for everyone to purchase as an online exclusive. If you have any questions, please give me a shout. Thank you everyone who joined and commented, liked, and shared. I really do appreciate you. If you have any questions, give me a holler. And until next time, everyone, happy stamping. See you next time. Bye-bye.